How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. Also, if you guys would head over to Twitch, follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week, whether it be for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2, or anything else you guys suggest for me to stream over there. And as always, if you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And we're going to be talking about positives and negatives, talking about the movie Defiance, and answering the question, is this a must-watch? This film came out in 2009. It is rated R. It's about 2 hours and 16 minutes long. On average, this movie is about $3 to rent, $10 to buy. And you can, of course, watch this movie on Netflix if you so desire and you have that subscription service, which I do not, and I never will, ever again. And this is the first movie I ever watched with Daniel Craig in it. I know. What? Are you kidding me? You didn't watch 007 Casino Royale? No, I did not. I did not care about 007 until I watched this movie. This is the first movie I watched with Daniel Craig in it. And this film actually got me excited for watching 007 and watching Daniel Craig as James Bond. And because of this movie, I got actually invested in his acting career and have been a big fan of all the 007 movies that he has been in, including Quantum of Solace. I enjoy that movie for what it's worth. This film shows us a story based on historical events of some Jewish brothers that are basically just simple farmers trying to live a normal life, and they end up becoming a leader group of survivors, and they become the leaders of these refugees, and they end up training all these other people that are underneath them into fighters against the Nazi regime. And that's the basic plot synopsis of this film. It's very basic, it's very by the books, by the numbers. There's nothing in this film that's going to truly shock and awe you. Everything feels very predictable and safe most of the time. You do get connected with the brother characters and the other characters that are in this film. The film does do a good job of getting you invested with the characters and making you hope that every single character that is in this movie, both major and non-major characters, do survive the war and being constantly hunted down by the Nazis. There are several moments of horrible, real war moments, and there's several moments where the emotion that is on screen is going to make you cry. The first time I watched this film, I cried several times throughout. There's still one gut-wrenching scene that still makes me teary-eye, and that scene is just so impactful. If you guys have seen the movie, you guys know exactly which one I'm talking about. This film also gives a good amount of information on how the fighter group and the brothers survived in the force for so long. This film does a very great job explaining how they survived, and not just like, yeah, we survived. And it actually shows in a pretty good runtime. I think this film could have been done better if it was longer, but I think they do a great job explaining and showing how they survived while being constantly hunted down and being, killed. The film also being shot on location, the location where the actual events transpired, does a great job immersing you in this film. It really pulls you in. You do feel like you're there when you're watching this movie. Fantastical musical score also helps pull you in while you're watching the film. The film also, at the beginning, uses real-life camera footage from 1941. And so at the beginning of the film, you're like, I thought I was watching some sort of action World War II film. And when you're watching for the first minute or so, you're actually watching camera footage taken from 1941. And so at the beginning, it does that, and it's a great way to blend in the fact that, hey, this is based on actual historical events. This did transpire. And so it feels like you're watching a documentary for the first like 2 to 3 minutes, and then it transitions to actually being the movie. And that transition was very seamless, and it felt so natural. And I love how they did that. I wish a lot more movies, not just war movies, but a lot of other movies that are based on historical events, would do something similar to help you understand that, hey, these things did happen. Yeah, we're going to dramatize it a little bit because we're Hollywood, but these events in general transpired. These events did happen on planet Earth, in some country, in someone's backyard. These things happened, and these things did happen to these people. These are these people's lives, stories, and we're trying to honor that by showing, hey, these things did happen, and they did a great job. This film is filled with horrific scenes of both war and death. This is a World War II movie. Like, in the very first 5 to 10 minutes, they show you the horror of war, especially the fact that this is World War II. They don't shy away from showing what the Nazis did to the Jewish people. They don't hide any of it. This film, being rated R, I'm happy that they did it because they don't shy away from the horrific nature of what happened. And you don't have to be a history buff, but you do have to be a human being, and you're going to both appreciate and feel something, I hope, of what took place 60, 70 years ago at the time we were recording this video. It's such a classic movie that does a great job showing you that this war truly was horrific. Even before the fighting began, even before the Eastern Front and the Pacific and the Western Fronts took place in this war, there was so much other horrific things taking place. And this film does a very good job showing it to you. It is a must-watch movie. It is a must-rewatch. And I own this movie and rewatch it constantly. There are two things negative I want to discuss briefly. First of all, there can be way too much drama over character development, interactions, and there are certain scenes where the pacing kind of just dies and it can become a little bit boring. And I think, because of there not being a lot of action sequences for a World War II film, this film may bore you as an audience member and throughout the entire runtime. This film is not a action movie. This is not a shoot 'em up bang bang movie. It's not a Transformers flick. This is more grounded and real as a World War II film. There's no over-the-top nonsense. There's no cartoony crap that's taking place. This film is more grounded and more of a real World War II film. And then the other negative I want to discuss is that the walk-through swamp scene towards the end of the film felt way too long. Nothing of importance really occurs. Like, there's some dialogue happening. A character kind of like is sick and he quote-unquote dies. But other than that, that scene just kept dragging and dragging for way too long. I felt like it could have been like maybe 15 seconds instead of almost like 2 minutes. And it kind of like gave me Lord of the Rings walking vibes. I'm like, okay, this isn't adding anything to the plot. Like, okay, it's a swamp. Like, I get it. Like, it's not that beautiful to even look at to begin with. But overall, guys, Defiance, starring Daniel Craig from 2009, is definitely a must-watch. I highly encourage you guys to check this movie out. Even if you're not into historical things or World War II movies, watch this movie at least once in your life. I think it's a must-watch always, and it's a great reminder and a great history lesson to what happened during World War II in 1941. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I will see you guys all in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.